Continuing here, it's supposed to get up to 110 degrees here in Chico later today, and right now it's 12:25 in the afternoon, and I keep needing to talk. I keep feeling the need to talk, so here I go. I want to finish up that last thought about wishing everybody had it better. Well, what is it? Your circumstances, your social, economic circumstances. And as good as I have it, and grateful I am for all of this stuff I have in my circumstances, I could enjoy having life a little better, okay? But I could only enjoy it if I saw everybody around me enjoying a commensurately higher lifestyle, standard of living. That's what it comes down to. That's what the standard of living is. And that's why I talk about, the fact that we're enslaved, but a lot of people don't know it. The lucky ones at least know it. And it's not lucky to feel filled with indignance when you understand that the poverty is being created, that you should be getting ahead, okay, just organically, naturally, no matter what you're doing for society. Okay, should be the state of affairs. But that the evil people controlling it are keeping us down. But yeah, I couldn't really enjoy a more extravagant lifestyle than I'm enjoying right now without feeling some guilt, quite frankly, compunction. And I think everybody that's well heeled needs to, accept their fair of compunction, of guilt for saying, hey, you know what? This doesn't feel right. It's like you hear rich people talk about how they don't feel right just getting richer and richer and richer when they know their eyes are open, they're honest, and they see that people are getting poorer and poorer and poorer all over the place. So like Trump and him fighting for the working class, basically, the working poor, the slaves, those that don't even know they're enslaved. But if all you can do is just, survive and not get ahead at whatever job you do, knowing that more and more jobs are going to disappear as mechanization increases. And what are we to do? Are we to reject, the combine tractors out there whereby one farmer can grow food for thousands of people? Are we going to say, no, we got to go back to the men pulling plows because you're taking jobs away? No, we know that's not the trend that we're going to see. We're going to see fewer and fewer jobs as mechanization, automation, technology takes over more and more jobs. And like I've pointed out repeatedly in every video I make, I point out that, look, there is a huge element out there of establishmentarians that their jobs revolve around the problem. And if you just got rid of the one problem of extreme desperate poverty, it'd be incalculably cheaper, although there'd be mass unemployment. So what do? Is that a bad thing? You see, they've trained us to believe it's a bad thing that we don't have enough work. It's like a slave saying, no, master, I need to do more work. And we're going to approach the master and say, no, you see, the term employment didn't exist in the Bible. So it was all about masters and servants and stuff, the workers and all this, and the masters. But the idea that we should be filled with consternation because our master isn't giving us enough work is stupid. But we've been trained to believe it's smart, to believe, no, we need jobs, right? We need employment and all this. We need to grow the economy and all this nonsense. That means, so if we stopped having babies, if God said, no, the population is high enough, and he took away the fertility that was in all of us, the inherent fertility, if he just returned that to himself, that power, and said, no, you're populated enough, and we stopped having kids, would that be bad for the economy? Is that the kind of thing that we need to worry about? No, but yet we've been trained. This is why I try to get through to people with showing them the illogic, just how our behavior is being manipulated, how our thinking, and therefore our speech, all of us, our whole paradigm, our reality, our personalities, our characters, okay, are being manipulated by these outside forces, and they're demonic. It really is demonic. These are people that would tear down everything good, that would set their throne above God's, that say there's no logic, there's no ultimate truth. And I'm here to tell you there is ultimate truth, that God's in control and his will is going to be established one way or another. Sooner or later, the good guy is going to win this thing. And when he does, I'm asking you to ask yourself, what's it going to look like when Jesus Christ is firmly ruling over the affairs of men? Be honest. Be honest. Is prosperity going to be good for some, but others we got to keep poor? Is that the way? Is it going to manipulate it the same way we're being manipulated now? Or is it going to be pretty much the opposite? I suggest and strongly contend it's going to be pretty much the opposite, about 180 degrees different from this crap hole that we call a civilized society. No, you've been trained it's a civilized society, but it's a lot of crapola is what I'm telling you. And I can do the math and prove it. It's a bunch of crapola. Nothing would relieve commuter traffic more than simply if no one had to punch a clock. It's true, isn't it? And even now, there's things they could put into place that would help ease the traffic. You take the LA freeways. How about they had traffic monitors where the traffic was flowing, telling people, look, a mile ahead, the traffic's doing this speed, so slow down now. So that it never turned into a bumper to bumper situation, because that's the worst case scenario. You want it to flow. However slow the traffic has to flow, it should still stay flowing. That would save brakes, transmissions, nerves, gasoline, everything. Okay? So, yeah, there's things we could do to alleviate the traffic right now. We could stagger the time that people start their jobs by even 5 minutes. Would do it, would help. But beyond that, yeah, if we didn't have to punch a clock for some damn idiot purpose, we're told, oh, it all makes sense. No, bull. Okay, most of the time it's just utter and absolute bull, because we've been trained to be good slaves. That's it. We've been trained to behave the way our masters want us to behave, like automatons that they control. We've all been trained at the sinister, surreptitious hands of the evil-doing grand puppeteers to blame those to the left or the right of us when the wicked controllers are only at the top. Yeah, they deflect attention from them at the top, the ones that create the policies where all the plebs have to live under, and say, no, look to the guy on your left, you're right. No, it's that guy because of his beliefs, because of the way he voted. He's causing all your misery, all your problems. When the plebs aren't creating the policies that we have to live under. Even the establishmentarian plebs, okay, they'd have to go along. If things start changing, they'll have to conform to reality. And if the price for their commodities or their services has to go down so that the overall worth of the currency increases, that's tough. Everybody's going to have to swallow the pill of justice sooner or later, one way or another. It doesn't help to run. That's what they're doing. They're running and hide like cowards. Don't want to face the music. Let's play musical chairs, kick the can down the road, just increasing the national debt, just keep destroying, debasing the worth of our currency, just getting people to understand, oh, inflation's here to stay, get used to it. Yeah, we're feeding on ourselves, and one thing leads to another, and yeah, it's a chain reaction, and suck it up. I'm sorry if you can't just raise your income to proportionally to meet that increase in inflation. We all know it's a Ponzi scheme, a pyramid scheme. It can't work. It never was designed to work. It just creates misery, poverty. You don't think desperate, extreme poverty is miserable? Come on, folks. What do you need? Do you need to go through a flood like the Houstonians to understand we're all in the same boat? That the rain pours on the just and the unjust alike, that your welfare is literally my welfare is literally your welfare, that our well-being is inextricably interconnected, and there's not a damn thing you can do about that except go with it and see to it that the least of men is taken care of because they represent Jesus Christ. Please, folks, get it through your head, man. Get the right paradigm through your head. The fundamentals of economics are really very simple. For example, the lower the cost of living, the higher the standard of living. You get that? The lower the cost of living, that's your burden. That's how it should be seen, your burden. And when people talk about cost of living inflation, they're telling you your burden has to go up. Somehow, even though you know it's not your fault, and they can't tell you it's your fault, okay, but still they're going to put that burden on your back, even though you can't afford any more burden. Your back's already breaking. Do you understand? It's evil. It's evil. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no mincing words here. That is patently evil. So cost of living inflation should be seen as burden increasing. No other way. And all you well-heeled establishmentarians say, well, that's okay. I get a cost of living adjustment. I'm okay. Not my problem. You're evil and you're going to hell. So I'm warning you. I'm telling you, you got to have a different attitude. You better damn well start caring about those people who are being overburdened and breaking their backs, snapping those links of humanity. It's social Darwinian economics, and it's evil. It's ungodly. It's unholy. It's unrighteous. It's illogical. It's just, ugh, it's putrid. Makes me want to vomit. The most hopeless, pathetic, pitiable slave is one that is oblivious to their enslavement, that believes they are free while others are not. A society rife with confusion, legendary ignorance, equals a stupid, self-righteous, sanctimonious, dumbass, a-hole populace. That's what we've got, basically. All these inadvertent evildoers out there in the world that need to be reached. Excuse me. Excuse me. In as tactful a manner as possible, politely, diplomatically, with the right attitude, the Spirit of God working with you. That's the only way to reach these people. Remember, a lot of them they've fallen prey to demons, and they're oblivious to it. They just don't know that. And it's our job to teach them, and it's not easy, but the awake people have that cross to bear. In our weakness, his strength is perfected. That's a passage from Scripture Jesus taught. Oh, maybe it was Paul. I can't remember. Sometimes I get mixed up who's teaching the particular teaching. That statement alone indicates that God is miles above us, yet embodies us as we allow. In our weaknesses, his strength is perfected. You see, it's kind of like this. He makes us needy. So we know he's the provider. He's the source that meets all our needs according to his riches and glory. It was him that put the fruit trees on the earth and the fish in the ocean and on and on and on in that theme. Gave us a brain, which is the wherewithal to build a shelter, okay, and survive. So yes, he lets us get weak so that we turn to him. And just like we need food, he reminds us, I'm the one that's filling your belly. I taught you how to feed yourself, how to go find the food you need, okay, how to take care of yourself. It's all God's doing. That's what that is. That's why in our weakness his strength is perfected. I had an epiphany recently. I considered the possibility that I am only a wannabe nice guy. That actually, myself, like so many others, constantly embattled this seemingly unavoidable sense of hostility and indignation in contending within the socially acceptable bounds of a mad world. Yeah, it's tough. I really just would like to be the nicest guy I ever met or ever could meet. Really, that's who I like to model myself after. And those are the people I really look up to, is just nice guys. Nice guys rate high in my book. Just nice people, you know. I mean, you can expose the evildoers and still be nice. And this is the trick I'm still trying to discover, is how to do that without offending anybody. But it's tough. Even Jesus Christ, who didn't even have a natural dad, okay, whose father was God Almighty himself, this Immaculate Conception. He struggled with this, and he was constantly berating these people. He said, look, you hypocrites, I mean, you strain out a gnat, but you swallow a camel. It's like people offending you right and left, and they don't even know how. The irony is palpable.